Alrighty. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the BNR Racing Network. As the BNR truckers head to North Wilkesboro in Wilkes County here in North Carolina. Go over the little race information here. As you see here, it is in North Wilkesboro. That track temp is 138 degrees. A 0.5 mile track. The weather outside itself is 86 degrees. 29% humidity, partly cloudy with a 4 mile per hour wind. 135 laps. That is wrong. It is actually 85 miles. That's the one thing I forgot to change here. There we go. 85 miles, 80% fuel, 4 sets of tires, 1 quick fix, and 3 attempts at a GWC. So now, if Will wants to go ahead and give you the history of this awesome place here of North Wilkesboro, the floor is his.
Yes, indeed. North Wilkesboro, about just located on Route 421 in the town of North Wilkesboro, North Carolina, like you said, located in Wilkes County. Measures just over 0.6 of a mile, and it's barely over 1 kilometer long for all the Europeaners and some of those Canadians out there. So, a NASCAR original operated from 1949, NASCAR's inception, until the track's original closure in 1996. The Speedway briefly reopened in 2010 and hosted several stock car series, including the now defunct ASA Late Model Series, USA Racing Pro Cup Series. So then, as we know, it got revived later on and hosted, the grassroots racing event that was held in August of 2022, and then the NASCAR Truck Series and Cup Series went there last year and held their All-Star Weekend at North Wilkesboro, and it freshly got repaved shortly thereafter. So the banking has 13 degrees in the turns and 3 degrees on the straightaways, both back and front straightaways. It originally got paved. Where did that go? I just saw it a moment ago. I want to say 1958 was when it originally was paved. (1957) was when the track was paved. It was paved over from a dirt track to a pavement track. Drivers like Lee Petty, Bob Flock, Red Byron, all raced here. Jeff Gordon wins the final race back in '96 here. As we know, Kyle Larson won the Cup race, the All-Star race last year. So I want to say, I'm trying to find, better scroll down for just a moment. I want to say Richard Petty holds the record with most wins here. Here, Richmond, and Martinsville, I feel like, are here in Martinsville. Richard.
500.
Yes, Richard Petty with the most track wins at 15 at North Wilkesboro.
Nice. There you go. Alright. So starting P1. Will be Jacob Carter. P2 will be Jaden Sanchez. P3 will be Brandon Moore. P4 will be Dave Barry. P5 will be Troy Daggett. P6 will be Sammy Archibald. P7 will be Gary Madu. P8 will be Chris Camary. P9 will be William Roberts. P10 will be Joe Stite. P11 will be Ron Hunter. P12 will be Skylar Sixton. P13 will be Chris Cornett. P14 will be Ernest King. P15 will be Joshua Highball. P16 will be Robert Amaral. P17 will be Pete Woodrum. P18 will be Aaron Bradford. P19 will be Justin Steves. P20 will be Tyler Myers. P21 will be Paul D. Brown. P22 will be Dan Withers. P23 will be Jim Willis. And P24 will be Chris Campbell. Whew. Well, a lot of folks here.
Yes, indeed, a 24 truck field this evening for North Wilkesboro.
Yes,
It always seems to be.
Sorry, you're good. Don't mind me. I just respond back to. The track temp is still 138 degrees.
Is Jason in the race tonight?
No, he's still fighting under weather symptoms.
Oh, man. So, yes, track temp fallen down a little bit, but still up in the 138 degree temperature range. So that's still going to be something to keep an eye on throughout as the race progresses. That's going to have to change the track tremendously.
It is.
Also going to change how these tires will heat up and how these trucks are going to be able to handle. Here at North Wilkesboro, one end of the track rises as the other falls. So, if I'm not mistaken, down the front straightaway, you will fall into the corner. Down the back straightaway, you rise up into turn 3. So, it's very tricky. The truck can kind of wheel hop into the corner and not really be planted as firmly as you expect. So you got to be careful with the drive off of turn 4. We've seen in the past loads of wheel spin coming off the corner.
There they go. Oh, just like that. There's that wheel spin. As they get through turns 1 and 2, very good. As they enter turns 3 and 4, Will, you see these drivers nice and easy. Where's my track map here? Right here. Oh, got a little blinker there of Dave Barry.
It's unusual. Normally Dave is very high functioning. Don't ever really see Dave blink too much. 3 wide, but they thought better of it. Thank goodness. 3 wide doesn't really work here, Brian.
No, it doesn't.
Turn 2 narrows up pretty well, so you got to be careful with the turn 2 exit, but also turn 4. You feel like you're constantly going to just keep turning out of turn number 4, but that's because the front straightaway, it doesn't necessarily have a kink into it, but it almost throws you up out of the corner coming out of turn 4. So you got to be careful not to burp the throttle too much, or just maybe not even at all, just enough to get you into turn 1. Chrome horns being applied.
Oh yeah. You see there, Justice Steve's had a little slip up there, but he ended up saving it, so that's a good deal of it there. Oh, excuse me, Will. My apologies. Did you cough in your ear? Don't worry, I'm not sick.
Didn't even hear it. But I can remember back to years ago, or last season, North Wilkesboro, the season before that. I want to say just over just over 100 laps of fuel. I do believe that these truckers are getting, are maybe less than that, Brian. Somewhere around the 100 lap mark. I feel like it was around 85. Yes, I think you're correct.
So
it was something.
5% off of that, so whatever that might be.
Yeah.
So they still got the same amount of tires. So, but as we see here, we're on board here with the 63 of Gary Madu, running that P5. You got Troy Daggett up there, P4 will get into trying to apply some pressure to the back of Brandon Moore there. But Jacob Carter still out front. Behind him is Jaden Sanchez. So yes, we have 2 threes, but Brandon Moore is Gary.
That look like May do.
Yeah, that was. End up saving it, keeping her going. So Brandon is the Good Friends 3, and Chris is the Retro 3 here. Oh no, the 98. 60.
Chris Cornett is in. He is the doppelganger. No, he's not.
Yeah, he is. He's in that Retro 3. Right there in front of the
Skyler.
Yeah, Skyler.
Yeah, I just saw the Skyler slide, yes. And because he's down there on the grassy knoll, no caution.
No, sir.
You've seen that before, only if you get a tire back up beyond, above the paint. Now, North Wilkesboro does have some curbing here in turn 4, turns 3 and 4.
Give us the rescan version. Be a lot more.
That would be cool, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would be. I'm sure we will eventually. They will retire this one and then give us the new paved, awesome looking track. But well, you never go wrong with the old-fashioned track. Since iRacing's been out, this has been their North Wilkesboro that they had. So
they should do Texas World Speedway.
Oh man!
What a huge crash coming out of turn number 4. Robert Amaral involved with Justin Steves, I do believe, and Christopher Campbell. He's going to tow his machine back to the pit lane. Brutal impact.
Big crash back.
That do not sound like that.
No, it wasn't you. It wasn't you. I pressed the wrong thing. Went to pull up SDK. So as we look back here, not too sure what has happened. It looked like between the 2 and the 25, typical Brian likes to do it a little early. It was the 2, the 25, and the 68 of Christopher Campbell. So that looked
Robert's
like
going to wash up.
Man. Oh, very unfortunate. Just nowhere for Campbell to go. He looks alright. Not too sure how much damage that is, but Justin is absolutely no front cover of it all. So
I think Campbell's toe is askew in his truck. But yeah, that was a pretty rough impact. You see the speeds that these trucks are carrying. These drivers are able to get out of their machines, and just the hard impact. You may not think they're going all that fast because it's a short track, but the laws of motion do apply when things become a sudden stop. So we got a good almost. I think that happened right at the
I said almost a 20 lap run.
Yeah, almost 20 laps. I was going to say that happened, I think, at lap 15, right at lap 15, or coming to 16. One of the two. So we have a
It
handful of pit
was
takers here.
lap 14.
Lap 14, okay. We have a handful of pit takers here, Brian. And
Yes,
others, I do
indeed.
believe, choosing to stay out.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me now.
No, you're absolutely fine. That does happen. The track temp did go up 1 degree. It's 139 now. So the more rubber that these BNR truckers keep putting down, that track is getting just a little bit more extra slick, and holy shit talkie mushrooms. Yankees are
And
up 2-0.
not just that, Brian, but the at racing speed these trucks are carrying. That means that the engines, the transmissions, the whole truck's going to be running hot. So while you're under these pace laps, it's going to maybe stay at a certain temperature, but once it goes back to green flag conditions, the track could heat up another degree or two.
Oh yeah. Anyway, Jaden Sanchez going to get the restart here, Will, to his inside, his Daggett. So, watch that wheel spin for sure.
Well, it was pretty even Stevens restart by the whole field, I'd have to say. We got to remember Carter just pitted, I do believe.
Yes, sir. I think it was
So,
Carter. Oh boy, Brandon's back there too.
yeah, it was a handful of them.
Carter, Brandon. Unfortunately, yeah, Justin Steve, Robert Emerald. And I think a majority of them were up there in the front. So, but oh boy, almost 3 wide again. Well, boy, these drivers.
So Justin's 1 lap down. Robert is 4 laps down. And if this race kind of keeps playing, you have a short run caution. As long as you're not involved in the caution, you'll get your laps back, hopefully, right? So
Yes, sir.
that's
Well,
what
with
those
this track,
guys.
we know how small it is, so it could turn into a
Yeah, it's almost
run later in the run. So as long as they
most
can avoid
definitely.
that, and hopefully the guy in front of them, who's a lap down, gets involved in it, and they avoid it, then they can get their lap back that way.
Like kind of pitting early, maybe taking a new set of tires, putting yourself back here almost in harm's way, may be, I don't want to say a bad decision, but a decision you may come to regret later on, right? Because it's such a fierce scrap. You know.
Oh, go ahead, I'll wait. Go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good.
I was saying, look at a 21 all over the back of that 5. Unfortunately, you want to be as easy as you can getting through the turns there, so don't keep laying the bumper, especially on how slick will this track can be. There's plenty of admins throughout the field here tonight, so they got their eyes open and just paying attention. So.
Yes, exactly. You always have to be observant, on your feet, always aggressively aware. Yes, you get what I'm trying to say. Skyler, it looks like he was able, I'm not sure if he went a lap down, but he's now, he's inside the top 15 now, so.
Well, he really didn't get that much damage, just a slight tap. A slight tap to the yeah, I'll eventually get it out. The guardrail.
The inside retaining wall?
Yeah. Guardrail. Close enough. Good save by the 5. You see Skylar back off into that grass.
And we were just talking about him too, so.
Oh yeah.
That's the way it goes sometimes.
So closing in on just about 100 laps to go. That is the other thing. When you leave the pits, it shoots you right up in the racing line. That is the other thing that has to be observed
Addressed?
too. Yes.
Oh,
I
yes,
forgot
observed.
to. So, if the drivers are down there, unfortunately, I know it
Oh,
sucks, but oh
Brandon,
my
no,
goodness.
that's Tyler. With a big slide,
Yes.
he was able to save it, I do believe.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting he's in the 8.
All right, I was crossed up for a minute because it almost looked like Brandon
It did.
from a backside shot,
Yeah, it did.
especially him trying to do a crossover or some type of slide on Brandon.
Oh yeah. But
So Jacob Carter pitted as the race leader during that first caution, and he's worked his way now back inside the top 10 finally. Go ahead,
yeah.
Brian, I'm sorry.
No, you are absolutely fine. What I was just going to say is, but when it comes down to those green flag pits and those drivers in that race line, unfortunately, you have to wait. You cannot force them up the track just because you want to come out. So if you choose to pit, oh no, Chris! Oh,
Oh, another hard impact, driver's side. This is going to bring out the second caution of the evening, 33, 4 laps into the race.
very unfortunate. I think he was trying to avoid Dave Barry, who was right there.
He was flickering, yes.
So that,
Oh, I think there might have been net code too while he was flickering, while he was trying to do some avoiding, or I don't know. I think he was just, like you said, I think he was just trying to get away from flickering Dave. And
which caused him to
oh, the truck,
overcorrect, and then
yep, that's exactly what happened.
Very
And there was a little
Chris.
bit of net code with him and Chris Cornett, though. Like Chris, picked him up off the track, but there was a bubble. So
as we watch here, you see Dave blinking in and out, and that's harder for Chris to determine where to go.
oh man, look at how close that was. I'm surprised they didn't net code right there.
Yep. And Chris like, okay.
Wow.
Oh crap, he's back. Oh crap. Let me keep it off of him. So.
And then,
No.
yeah, you can see the back end of the truck gets picked up, but there was a bubble. And then, bam, Archie involved in this as well. Great battle, though, before that transpired. You know, that's what great hard racing is all about, you know, beating and banging, but then sometimes, you know, that can only last for so long, Brian.
Yes, sir, indeed.
But great racing, nevertheless, here at North Wilkesboro. Glad we were able to get another short run in. You know, it wasn't like it was, you know, caution directly after a caution. You know, we had another, what was that, almost a 15-lap run again.
Oh, yeah.
So, it could be worse, is what I'm trying to say, in a nice way. So Archie is going to be, doesn't look like there's too much damage if he did. So Archie, Hunter, Sigston, Bradford, and Sanchez will be the top 5. Troy Daggett, Will Roberts, Jacob Carter, Ernest King, and Brandon Moore will round out the top 10.
Well, I do believe, I think we said about 15 cautions for 15 or more cars, so we might hit it, we don't know. They could prove us wrong, and this could probably be the last one. I don't know, because we're starting to see the runs they're getting, and then they're a little bit more patient, I would say.
And a lot of these guys should be used to North Wilkesboro. It does come up a lot as an option to race in iRacing. If you have the track, you know, you can race it, and so many street stocks or late model, Truck Series comes here.
Green flag's out.
Green flag, yep.
You see there? Oh boy, we're still loosey-goosey back there.
And you're going to be with the hot, slick conditions of this track this evening, Brian. There's no way against it.
Oh, no. You see Aaron Bradford, P7.
You see, some drivers are really able to almost pivot on the very, very flat apron of the track, especially in turns 3 and 4, the exit of turn 4. Some drivers are just able to get down there. There will be a bit grip if your truck can handle it. It's probably really grippy on fresh tires, I can assume, maybe. But it also probably has to do with a lot of like throttle control down there as well. I've never raced on North Wilkesboro, so I've just only seen a lot of racing from it because I watch a lot of old races. That's
I did
a
too. I
hobby of
watched
mine.
some today. I don't remember which one it was. I think I can't remember. I did watch one. I'm like, oh, Jesus. By the way, this is where the moonshine cave has been found under the Grand.
Well, there was a moonshine still, multiple moonshine stills here at the racetrack. So,
but that's where they used to do it. The little information in the history.
Exactly.
Oh man, Chris goes around again, gets hit in the rear by Cornette. He had to check.
Caution? No caution?
Yes, that is a caution.
Oh, okay. I'm up here like, caution, oh caution, caution, ye caution. So Robert Amaro will get one of his laps back. So third caution of the evening, just from a very, I don't know if Chris made contact with Chris on Chris climb, or if Chris just got loose here, or did May do, what happened?
Now I think Chris checked up, but Cornette just hit him right in the rear.
Yep.
And just
Chris on Chris climb.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's what that is. He tried to lock it down to avoid going around to keep her going, but when that rear
Is that Pete Woodrum in the 5 truck?
Yes, yes.
He's got a Mighty Ducks paint scheme. Mighty Ducks. Or is that a Pittsburgh? Yeah, no, that's Mighty Ducks. Right?
Hold on.
No, okay, man. These camera angles can be very deceiving. I got all hyped up. I thought I saw like a Mighty Ducks.
It looked like it. It did.
I'm
It
like,
absolutely did.
yeah, from a distance it did. I'm like, Mighty Ducks, is that you?
Boy, well, the Yankees could go 10-2. Sorry for you guys who are not baseball fans, but I'm a very big sports fan, so I applaud my Yankees.
That sounds like a good record to start the season.
Until
10-2.
But then come later
Yes.
They hit
Yes, the mid-season break. Can't wait for it. I know.
Heartbreaker.
The Rays or the Orioles will probably come out of nowhere. They'll be like, hey, you thought I was a dumpster fire? Nah.
RISP tonight. The Marlins 0-2. Yankees 1-7. There you go. Anyway, the two teammates will be starting side by side on the front row, Will, of the young guns of Sammy Archibald and young Terminator from New Jersey, the old Jaden Sanchez.
Why don't we just call them the Young Bucks?
I mean, technically, yes, we could. Oh, man! I thought that was wrong.
Only us wrestling fans would understand that joke. It would go right over their head like a Boeing 747, you know? So...
Anyway, well, coming to take lap 50. The green flag is out. Good restart. They've been doing very good with it with how hot the track is. But some scuffling.
Yeah, the restarts have been great. Myers getting wobbly, but able to have that good side-by-side battle coming off the corner. Yes, the chopper cam, or bump cam, whatever this could be.
Blip, 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 blip.
If this won't make you dizzy, I don't know what will.
That's the chopper.
Yes. I almost prefer the blimp. I don't know which I prefer. I like both equally.
There's the chase.
Oh, we got trouble. Sympathy spin from Myers, whoever that was in front of Myers. He said, I can do that too for you.
That was Myers and
So,
King.
okay, so Ernie started to go and Tyler said, wait for me. But looks like we got still green flag action, no caution. As Christopher Campbell gets his nose chopped.
The question is, how much do you take of that, especially at a short track? Unfortunately, it's just the nature of the beast. Short track racing.
Especially around here. It's almost a bull ring around here, right? So
exactly, there really ain't much room, and you don't want to get caught up on the outside, at least early on. Well, we've seen last season the outside lane was a dominant effect.
That's what Sky was trying to use. But yes, like you talked about, if you could get control of a restart from the outside lane.
Oh no!
Oh, trouble.
Again with Chris.
And Bradford going to be involved.
Was that almost teammate on teammate crime? No, it wasn't. Oh, he just loses it. Oh, he might get into his teammate. Yeah, he did.
Oh, yes, he does.
Sent him back up into Bradford.
Yeah, ricochets him back up the track. If Justin doesn't get involved in this, I think Justin with a lap down, he will get the lap back, so... Lap into a slam jam.
Very hard go for, everybody playing fake pit. Jacob gets to go down pit road there, but Jaden Sanchez stays out. You see there, Chris tried to get off of pit road before they came by. Just couldn't do it, Will. Just couldn't get it. So he is now the second car, one lap down. Well, he would be the first, because Justin's getting the wave around there. So oh, 3-0. Where'd that come from? Bum, bum, bum. What's this? Their fourth picture that they're putting in. Anyway, Will, I couldn't say it's been an interesting race so far. And we are only 59 laps in. When it comes down to the 1-something mark, I think that's when we're going to start seeing those bumpers unleash.
I thought we would still be pacing. I thought we would be on at least our 8th caution by now. But I'm very surprised. Yeah, only 4.
Give me 1 second, Will. I got to go grab a drink. I am a little bit parched, if that's okay with you.
All right.
If not, then you can just tell me no, and I'll just have to suck it up and wait.
I've got the drink. It's okay.
Okay.
Kimmy, we have the drink.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Yes, working the 4th caution. Gonna get the restart. One would assume 60, lap 63 possibly. Oh, lap 62. Yes, lap 62. We will see the restart. So Jaden Sanchez, Troy Daggett, Brandon Moore, that's the top 3. Sammy Archibald, Joe Stipe, that's the top 5. I do believe Joe got a top 5 here last year, if I can remember correctly. Chris Cornett, Skylar Sixton, Ernest King, Highball, and Christopher Campbell rounds out the top 10. Coming to this restart, loads of tire spin going on. Troy Daggett has to get it out of the way. 3 wide for a mere moment. There's still 3 wide coming out of the corner. Down the back straightaway.
Oh yeah, I came back just in time to see that.
So chaos kind of reigning at the moment.
Oh God, there goes Chris again.
Oh my goodness. Where'd he go? Is he still on the track somewhere? It looks like he's trying to find a hot dog stand, but no success. You know, like I don't know if he got bullied or pinched or just ran out of real estate, but yeah, it happened at the top of the frame. That is Hunter in the 30. Doing some behind on the back straightaway, grassy knoll there. And just this hard racing going on at the moment. As these trucks so slick out there with the track. Oh, huge crash, Maydew up into Myers.
What a blown motor.
Oh, I don't know how it doesn't become blown after that hard shot into the wall. Are we just going to see Maydew get crossed up here and just go across the nose like I think what happened? Or what happened? He's down here in the bottom lane, going through 3 and 4. And I think the truck just kind of hits the ground one too many times, starts just walking up the track, similar incident to the first incident of the race, and cuts across the nose of Myers. And innocent bystander this time, Chris Kamei.
So he would not get his lap back due to that.
It falls to the next person in line, doesn't it, Brian? So,
yes.
That lucky person, whoever that may be.
Sanchez is still out. The track temp did drop a bit, is now 136. So the track is starting to cool down a bit.
Just ever so slightly though, not a whole lot. I'm sure it's still fairly slick out there, Brian.
But Jaden's still leading. Oh, and his teammate, Sammy. And then Brandon Moore.
Troy Daggett, Chris Cornett, that's the top 5 with Christopher Campbell. 6th position, Pete Woodrum. And what I thought was a Mighty Ducks paint scheme in 7th place, Dave Barry. 8th position, Brown in the 70 and 9th, and Jacob Carter would round out the top 10 as they're getting ready to go back green flag racing here at North Wilkesboro. At lap 71, lap 72 will be the green flag.
Yes, sir, indeed. Jaden looks to take the outside lane, Will. Kind of give his teammate the inside lane. You see there the pace car pulls off. I don't know who was the leader. If it was 38, then 21 might have gotten a penalty on passing the leader, I do believe. Not too sure. Let's see the crossover from the 21 on the 99. Oh, we're 3 wide. This ain't gonna be good.
Oh, pushing and shoving.
Very tight racing.
Oh, wow. Woodrum just loses it on corner entry, but somehow
Save it.
miraculously everybody keeps it off of him, and he's able to save it. Oh, looks like Will Roberts having trouble in the 40 machine.
Gonna bring her into pits. Everybody caught up there on the outside lane, but we're getting very tight.
Yes, indeed, Brian. Oh, no, Bradford with Joe Stipe, I do believe.
Yeah.
I think Bradford might have been checking out for what was happening in front of him. I'm not 100% sure, but man, Joe got under that corner extremely well, and he wanted some Slim Jim, apparently.
It looked like
But he got into that.
there was some
Go ahead.
leakage from Dave again. So he was
Yeah, and
on the
yeah, Dave does blink there, and maybe Bradford just kind of let it roll a bit more than normal, or maybe tapped the brake, checked up a bit more than normal, and Joe just kind of got into him there.
So now Daggett's going to be your leader with Brandon Moore. And Jacob Carter. birdie. So lights are off. Daggett's going to take the outside lane, Will.
Yes, indeed. So we did have some pit takers, Jaden, Archie, and some others pitted. Gonna get the restart here, lap 83, so...
Good start by Daggett. See Brandon a little bit slower, getting on the throttle there.
Oh my goodness, they were tight coming off the corner, and here we go. I think they were 3 wide. They were coming off the corner. Everybody just gets squeezed and mushed.
Yep. Oh, 3 wide action, and then about a bing.
Like I said, just coming up off the corner, how you have to rise up out of the corner here at North Wilkesboro. It's just going to sling you up the track, and that's kind of what it looked like there. Unfortunately, I ran out of room. I had plenty of real estate left, but the room was gone because Justin Steve's 25 machine was out there. So after they made contact, it was on from that point. Kind of fell into a little bit of caution breeding caution, but that can happen at a short track.
Yes, it can, especially at this track. See, Robert Amaro gets one of his laps back. So Christopher Campbell will still be P4. Got Daggett, Moore, Carter, Campbell, Hunter, Sigston, Stipe, King, Myers, and Willis. So.
What you talking about? So next week, these truckers will head to Old Atlanta. Not the Old Atlanta that I want, but the Old Atlanta that everybody is accustomed to now. The quad oval at Old Atlanta before the reconfiguration of the Super Speedway Atlanta. So
Will the pace car will pull off again.
yes, it will, to the safety and confines of the very end of pit lane. I don't know how safe it feels down there, but Troy with another tremendous restart here going into turns 1 and 2.
Everybody loving that wall up there.
Yeah, everybody's gonna. Oh, we got contact being made. Around goes the 38 of Sanchez. Handy replay here. Well, he went to go fill a hole that could have been closing, or, you know, I don't want to say Bradford was completely there, but he did fill a gap. But you got to remember, not everybody's going to be used or accustomed to your braking and lifting points, vice versa. And so,
unfortunately, that's what that was.
yeah, that's just one of those racing deals, really. You kind of drive up in front of somebody on corner entry, and they've already committed to nobody being in front of them going down the straightaway, and then right before you turn into the corner, you know, they slide up in front of you. Well, it's almost too late at that point, but nevertheless, we digress, working the 8th caution of the evening.
Yes, we are.
Yes, next week, old Atlanta, so like very tire conservative mindset going into Atlanta. Take care of your stuff and try to match it to a full tank of gas if you can, right, Brian? So,
yeah, that track is very abusive on tires.
whenever I hear old Atlanta, what comes to my mind is like basically what Homestead is. Like that's what I think of whenever people say old Atlanta. I don't think of a quad oval speedway.
I don't either. Anyway, Will, here we go again.
And yes, lights are back out on the pace car. It's going to go down to pit road for the 9th time of asking.
Boy, I know he's getting the workout. And the green flag's out. See here, the 41. Oh boy, they are. Whew. Dang.
They are exchanging receipts. That's what they're doing. So, battle for seconds kind of heating up, but all this ruckus back here is just going haywire as well.
Oh no.
I say, oh no is correct, but are they still green?
No.
Oh. Oh no, indeed then. Oh, say it ain't so.
I will not go. Turn the lights on. Carry me home. Yep.
No.
Ernest would have just run off. Comes up way up the track. Collects the 20. Sorry, the 68. Which he does have a spotter. Not sure if it's Nick Rader. It probably is Nick Rader. Should at least let him know, heads up, that, hey, you're sliding up, you're going to get into the 68. So, very unfortunate for Campbell. Hate to see that for him. A great run tonight by him. Now he's got to finesse through the traffic again to get back up there. So, yeah, I hate to see that for Campbell. Absolutely, I do. Anyway, well, 35 LAPS to go. And Robert Amaral will get his lap back.
Seems like now all he may need is just one more. Looks like now all he may need is just one more caution to get back on the lead lap. He's currently sitting in 20th position. Everybody else is either in pit road or out of the race. So that'll happen.
Oh, yeah. The high ball front row. Chris Cornett, second. Aaron Bradford, P3. Paul Brown, P4. Pete Woodrum, P5. Will Roberts, P6. Mr. Sanchez back up to 7th. Chris Camary, P8. Justin Steves, P9. And P10, the wonderful 99 of Mr. Daggett. So the pace car will pull off for the 10th time.
As everybody's lined back up, ready to go for the green flag yet again.
And Highball gets a good start.
Oh man, Will really sending it in there up the inside just about. Oh, we got contact being made. Oh my goodness, we got trucks going everywhere now. This is going to be...
Yes, we do.
I thought it was going to turn into a parking lot, but...
Wow. I don't even know where that one starts.
I don't know either, because they were trying to wreck for a good lap at least.
I want to say it happened up there with Camary. Oh yeah, with Highball and then the 70. Then Jaden tries to come down into Chris. Chris goes through the grass. He said, Oof. What a doozy. Very interesting race though. I would say it's what you're gonna get for a short track like North Wilkesboro. so. Roberts back up to the front.
Yeah, Roberts and Daggett have kind of cycled back up to the front because of just being, in a way, lucky with the timely cautions, and they're falling their way, and Jaden, he's trying to make his way back up to the front, but keeps getting broadsided or caught up in different things since that last time of he pitted, so he's just been mired back in it, but he's currently 6th position.
That he is.
Chris Kamari currently 7th position after all he's been through so far tonight.
A good rebound
Christopher
by him.
Campbell's in 10th. Yes. Yes, indeed. Jacob Carter, after some of the struggles he's been, pitting early, finally back inside the top 5.
Yep, him and Brandon, by the way. Was running up there, and then Brandon Moore got caught in that scuffage. Anyway, pace car going to pull off for the 11th time. Will Roberts takes the green flag. Just like that. 25 laps to go. Oh, man. Oh, no.
And a tremendous pile-up happening after contact is made between Will Roberts and Jacob Carter down the back straightaway coming out of turn number 2 on this restart.
As we see here.
Did they have it coming together, or did Will come up the track? Oh, yeah, they had it coming together. That's just a coming together. Jacob was trying to get it out of the wall, and Will was just racing hard there. And man, oh man, nothing you can do whenever you ricochet out of the retaining wall like that, Brian. It looked like he was trying to hold the brakes down. That's where you get the tire marks from, right? Trying to hold the brakes, but the velocity and everything, like you just get ricocheted back out into the racing surface, and sometimes what goes down does come back up to go back down again, you know, Brian?
Oh, yeah.
You know how a bouncy ball works, so it's almost the same thing. Once you ricochet out of something, just like shooting a bullet against certain walls, like they will ricochet, you know?
That they will.
So under the 25 lap to go marker, yes, you just hate to see it, especially the carnage that just unfolded there, that taking out so many good contenders trying to get a top 10, just trying to have a good points night, walk out of North Wilkesboro with a decent finish and say, hey, at least I finished on the lead lap, or at least, you know, this happened or that happened. I wasn't involved in this or that, but not too many drivers can say that. I believe at least everybody's been caught up in something, some mistake, some, you know, we've seen Daggett spin the tires on a restart. We've seen, you know, Sanchez get kind of spun out off of a misjudgment. You know, he swoops up in front of a driver, and just the driver was already, in my opinion, already prepared to make the corner without somebody being in front of him. That's probably how I would have been in that situation too, right, Brian? We've seen just Chris Kamari struggling, whether it be fighting the conditions of the track or fighting against competitors. Skyler, the same things happened to him, either struggling with the track or struggling with competitors. I mean, that's the nature of a short track race.
Well, the track has
So, gonna
cooled
get
off. It's now down to 131.
So it's cooled off. It was 145 degrees in practice, so it's cooled off 14 degrees, Brian, from when they were practicing. Green flag back out in the air with 19 laps remaining. The next question that I'm going to pose in this short period of time, can they stay green for this remaining shootout? No, they cannot. No, they cannot. Hunter gets taken around, and another small scrapyard will be the result of that.
Very unfortunate. See there?
They were 3 wide down. Yes, took the words right out of my mouth. 3 wide down the back straightaway for just a mere moment. And it's almost like Campbell knew what was about to transpire because he backed out of the 3 wideness, and it almost ensues into a ram fest of who can get through it without the least amount of damage, and who's going to be able to have to just sit there and think about what transpired.
Very unfortunate. 12 cautions.
Man, the 70 gets lifted up off the ground. You almost think that since we said what you did earlier, I wasn't going to say it, but you said it, so you almost think these drivers are trying to meet your standard.
Yeah.
They were doing really good, and then that really goodness faded away, which can happen. It can happen. Any race can go that way.
Oh, absolutely.
Can anybody hear my mother in the background?
I hear it a little bit, but it's alright.
Oh. She naturally talks loud. Can't help it.
No, you're right. Right. I agree with her. Right. It's very faint though, so nothing to worry about.
Yeah, I heard my sister get worked up over like severe weather threats and possible hail and tornadoes and stuff, and whatever happens, happens.
Oh yeah. 15 laps to go. First I thought that PB was Philip Bridgman.
Where's PB?
In the pits.
Oh.
But it's Paul Brown.
SDT disappeared on the stream, Brian.
Did it? Yes, it did.
Yeah. Track map overlays.
Alright, we'll get him back.
If not, just have to old school it. Fuck it. School it. No one heard that. I mean, you did say the Messiah earlier, so I mean, I think you did it.
Just back now.
I'm just saying, you already had a finger in the square jar earlier. Anyway, you get so relaxed. It's so simple to just step on your toes. Man, Troy getting really good restarts. Can Jacob running down in the closing laps? Can we stay green? More and more questions in the closing laps here. Everybody trying to work through the traffic of themselves. Almost 3 wide again. They are 3 wide again. Oh, they are touching again. Everybody thinks better of it. Everybody able to save it, keep it going straight. Barreling off the corners. I think Jacob Carter has ran down Troy. I'll think of his name whenever it's more important. But fierce battling back here. Oh, and he almost touched Joe in his no-no square. Oh my goodness, 3 wide again down the back straightaway. Where'd you go? There you are. So, 3 wide again coming out of turn number 4, but no, thought better of it this time. How many laps are left, Brian?
9 to go, 9.
9 laps to go.
I'm trying to get it back.
Oh, you're good.
8 laps to go this time by.
So you can just see the bumping and banging, the fierce battling going on. Skyler Sixton getting loose, sliding to the inside, down the back straightaway. He's been through this charade already before.
There you go.
Do they stay green?
Yes, they do.
They stay green. What is this, 6 laps to go?
Yep. 7.
Look at that. Okay, 7 laps. Oh, now 6 laps to go, right? So,
Yeah, this time by, yeah.
Jacob now all over the back of Troy. Troy trying to place his truck in the best defensive line probably possible. You can see the 99 driver. Oh, and it switches back to Skyler. Love to see it. Racing said that just wasn't interesting enough. Let's find something else. All the black trucks are having a battle all together here, don't you think?
Yep.
Oh! Synchronizing sliding there between, I want to say, Kamari and Joe. Kamari, that's not Kamari, that's Joe in the wall. 3 wide almost for not even a blink of an eye.
Oh! 3 laps to go.
Well, let's find the race leader, Brian, if you don't mind. There they are. Jacob, he's driving the wheels off that number 54 machine to have anything to do with Troy. 2 laps remaining. Troy just able to just get through the center of the corner. Big slide on corner exit does Carter have. Coming to the white flag. Does Jacob have anything for Troy? He's off by a couple of car lengths now. Coming down the back straightaway for the final time. Carter's still going to get a bit of a bobble on corner exit, but he's going to send it in deep. Not able to get to him, though. Puts on the binders. Troy Daggett's going to come out of turn 4 and win here this evening at North Wilkesboro. Jacob Carter, stand up, second place finish there for Jacob. And, man, might have to get a replay of that battle that we were looking at with a few laps to go there.
I forgot who was with.
See how it was the Kamari Moore Stipe King battle there. 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th with like 6 laps to go. Oh. RKO out of nowhere by Hunter to a teammate there, Troy. That was hilarious. That's okay. If you can't, we don't have to worry about it. So.
There's Joe. Oh, boy.
And you see the replay here of the closing laps of that intense battle going back there that we were seeing between all the black trucks here inside and are about the top 10.
That was Chris, Joe, and Ernie.
Well, let's get our podium finishers up here, Brian.
Jaden. Where did he go? Mr. Young. Okay, well, he left. That's right. We'll go to Jacob. Where's it at? Carter.
Hello.
Hello. A little bit of intenseness, huh?
What?
Out there on the track.
Intense? Yes.
Man,
Anyway.
you put it early. You almost never could get back to the lead, but tell us about how difficult it was to fight your way up through the pack.
It's definitely like a tricky track, especially when you try to get up on that high side on 3 and 4. 3 and 4 you can't go nowhere. 1 and 2 you can bomb off the corner and just send it and it'll stick like it's nothing. Right now I was looking at the replay of me and the 40, and I went up all the way to the wall, and I got loose, and I told him I got loose, but he didn't want to hear it, so that is what it is. And I got loose, and he was just right up on my door, so whenever I tried to recorrect, he kind of got the end of my the quarter panel right there, and I hate it for him, but I mean, we had so many more laps to go, so I don't know why it was pinching me towards the wall, but it's over with, it's done. Not really gonna sit there on the topic of it, just
right.
You'll
get better and let things go.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
But it all in all, great race. It was definitely, especially getting in the in those packs where they don't have new tires and stuff like that, and it was an emotional roller coaster, as I called it, because sometimes you get frustrated, and then sometimes you could get a run and be happy with it, and it'll get tight again, and you're like, what is going on? So definitely something weird going on here, but I liked it. It was fun.
It was very slick. I had to.
Yes.
I had the track temp up a little bit too high.
140 degrees on a track temp's a little slick, so yeah, it was definitely, it was crazy. Well, it says right here it was 129 after we finished, so us driving on it kind of simmered it down, and then all the overcast kind of simmered it down too, so. This is cool.
Old Atlanta next week. If you're here next week, Jacob, what's the thought preparation going into that cheese grater of a mile and a half?
Oh yeah, I should be here. Just had a lot of stuff to figure out before I came back and got myself back into everything. But Old Atlanta, oh man, I haven't raced there since the 87s, I think it was. Yeah, the 87s. So it's definitely going to be a tricky track, especially when we're new to this, like the new Atlanta, and you know, not having to let off the gas as much just to get it to turn. It's gonna be a mood changer for some people. Some people are gonna like it. Some people ain't. I'm gonna like it because I loved the old Atlanta because you could run the top and get a big run off the back stretch. So you'll probably see me up there a lot if people can get it warmed up on the top. You'll probably see me there running the wall, just minding my own business.
Well, Jacob, thanks for talking to us this evening. Congratulations on you did get the pole, right?
I did get the pole, yes sir.
Yep. Congratulations on getting the pole. You led some laps, and you got a podium finish. What more could you have asked for besides getting the win? But hey, nevertheless, any final thoughts, shout-outs that you'd like to thank or say before we let you go, Jacob?
Just no, I want to apologize to Will. He's probably still watching the stream, but apologize to.
Oh, my bad.
This is weird because y'all have the same name, so.
Isn't it though?
Yeah. So I want to apologize to him. Like it wasn't intentional at all. So I felt like he took it as intentional, and it was not. I was just trying to correct my car, and he was just on my door. So that's all that happened. Appreciate y'all coming out here, calling how it is, and want to thank my kids for being here. And what are you doing? Go away.
And your new honey.
and yes, I want to thank her for letting me run every week.
Well, she better, because I'm going to have to exchange a few words to her if she don't.
Alright, now I'll let her know. She has an Annie attitude, so you better be careful.
That's right, and I know how to handle that. So.
But yeah, just appreciate y'all.
Awesome job, Carter, and welcome back. You did a great return. Very slick out there. I threw you guys a curveball this week, so hopefully next week will be a little bit more smoother for you guys. So.
Oh, she brought me food. Look at that. She heard me. She's so sweet.
So sweet. But anyway, I'll get you back up there, and we'll be talking soon.
I appreciate it, guys.
No problem. Last but not least, Troy Daggett. A good run by Troy, shall I say. There you get Troy up here. Troy.
How's it going, guys?
Well, it's going quite swell. How are you?
Pretty well. I did not think I was going to win this one.
You guys started off great. And then after that, it turned out to be what a normal North Wilkesboro race will be. Tell the people who were watching how tough it was to get around the 140 degree track temperatures that was out here tonight for you guys.
Yeah, it was really tough. You couldn't put the throttle down too early. You would have been sideways. And this is one of the first times I actually had to put more brake into a truck, more front brake to get that thing to not spin out under braking. Then I said, trying to get back to that throttle was. When you had new tires, you could do it pretty easily, but once you got 10 laps on them, you were having that egg underneath that throttle. You were trying not to break that egg.
Yeah. Well.
Yes, Troy. So congratulations on the win here this evening here at North Wilkesboro. Difficult track, and like you said, basically got to work it like an egg underneath that gas pedal. So, how was it? Whenever you would have to pit for fresh tires, and whenever you decided, to pit for fresh tires, working your way up through the field. How was it working your way?
When you pick fresh tires, you're quick and everything. You just had to be cautious on your moves and everything. You had fresher tires, but you had to watch out for the people in front of you on restarts with their wheel spin and everything, and work your way through. On that last pit stop I took, I think around lap 90 something it was, I was really debating on not taking tires again the rest of the race. Before that, I went down and took tires because I did not want to be back in that mess on that I took tires again, but I decided tires were better needed, and luckily it worked out.
Yes, luckily it worked out indeed. So next week we go to
Old Atlanta.
yes, Old Atlanta. I don't know why I had such a brain fart, but yes, Old Atlanta. What's the preparation game plan, Troy, going into Old Atlanta for you?
Preparation, I mean, I ran a different truck race and another race like 2 weeks ago there, so it's pretty fresh in my mind. Multiple grooves, so find out what groove works on the when the tires are good, and try and figure out which one's going to work better on the long run for you, and just try and take it easy, and hopefully be another green flag race like it was at Kansas last week.
Yeah, you're right. Caution free last week at Kansas. So, any final thoughts, shout outs, any other things you'd like to say before we let you go celebrate this win here tonight?
Yeah, I'd like to say congrats to Jaden and Jacob on their third and second. I know Jacob was probably a little bit faster than me. Those last 10 laps, I was just driving and praying the truck was gonna stick in the corners and everything, because I was overdriving it a lot because I knew Jacob was quick. He was gonna be hard to battle. But I also like to thank, again, my wife Michelle, my kids Megan and Sadie for letting me come out here and race on this Tuesdays. Brian and Will for announcing and producing this for us to watch on YouTube later on. BNR Racing Network, 15 Studios for the paint job. My teammates, Ron and Chris that were in there. Chris did a good job, got top 6 in there. Ron was going to do good too, but he got caught up in the late wreck. But also, once again, say hi to Fisher, who's watching the broadcast for when I race.
Yes, sir. Awesome job tonight, P1. Your dominant force here over on the truck side. Keep the momentum going into next week at Atlanta. You've been pretty good at these 1.5 miles from the few that we called. And yes, let's keep our fingers, toes crossed for another caution-free race next week. That would be awesome. Strategy plays out very well when you guys are able to do it. So, best of luck to you next week, and enjoy the rest of your night.
All right, thank you guys. Once again, thanks for the broadcast. Have a great night.
You too, buddy. Alright, well. What a wild run.
Only 12 cautions tonight, right? So,
yes.
Pretty good North Wilkesboro race, I'd have to say. We had I'd say a pretty good start. We had some good, decent green flag runs, not nothing long by no means, but pretty decent green flag runs in there. Almost what you expect out of North Wilkesboro, just like, last night at Martinsville, right? So, typical short track racing, right? We saw a lot of beating and banging, a lot of chrome horns being laid. After you say it, you realize how bad that may sound. But anyway, that's okay. That's part of sports in general. Sports is very just that way. But anyway, me and Brian will be back hopefully Thursday, coming to you live from the Pocono Mountains in Pocono, Pennsylvania. We're not actually going to be there, of course. We'll be there digitally in spirit and in heart. But we just like to thank all the drivers coming out, participating in the BNR Truck Series. This was, pretty good, fantastically decent North Wilkesboro race. Like, we did not meet our caution expectation, so that's good in my eyes. And I was gonna say I do believe in Brian's too, like he just said. So, yes, from myself and Brian Huntley over there. We would like to, just thank each and every one of you for coming out, tuning in, cheering on your favorite BNR trucker, and hopefully catch you guys for the Bearded Bear Customs. I'm spitting it out on fixed on Thursdays coming from Pocono. So Until then, hopefully each and every one of you will have